Welcome back to Odds with Ends. Let's take it straight to the AFC East. We have a matchup of teams that are very familiar with each other. We have the Bills, Patriots. The Patriots are going to Buffalo for the third time. This is the third time they've played in 7 weeks. The Pats won the Gale Force Win Bowl. We talk about that all day long, right?
Absolutely.
The Bills won the next matchup at Gillette, 33-21. Josh Allen, 314 yards, 3 touchdowns. Mac Jones was brutal in that game, 14 of 32, 145 yards, and 2 interceptions. Kiwi, I'm coming to you first. What do you think about the game? I know you say it doesn't matter, but 3 times in 7 weeks is something you don't see too often.
No, I didn't say it doesn't matter. I said with Derek Carr and the Raiders situation, like right. I was going to throw it out of the window because I felt like there's just so much more momentum-wise and psychologically that's going on. With these two teams, it absolutely does matter. You talk about 2 teams in the division. This is when you see all the you guys watch The Office, Michael Scott during that the episode with the fire, like everybody stay calm, like we can't panic. This is when the position coaches start coming up with all kinds of stuff that, okay, here's a wrinkle. It's not a wrinkle. That's a whole new defense you're trying to draw up. We're going to install it in 5 hours? No, we're not doing that. We know how to play cover 2. Let's play cover 2. So I feel like when you're talking about a divisional opponent, somebody that you've seen, 2 times in 7 weeks, 3 times in 7 weeks, 3 times in 7 weeks, that's when it becomes about the individual matchups. Like we can talk about quarterback play, we can talk about, receivers and all that kind of stuff. But if you have a defensive lineman or a linebacker who can take advantage of one individual player, and he's seen this player now they're going on his 3rd time, there is an opportunity there where he can disrupt the entire game. I'd be interested to see what kind of individual matchups they are and what defensive coordinator can take advantage of that. That's where my mind always goes. It's like that's one of the easiest ways to disrupt a quarterback's rhythm. These are 2 rhythm throwers. I guess Josh Allen can extend the play a little bit more. Mac Jones, though, is a rhythm player. Like he wants to get that ball out. He wants to get it out, as soon as on schedule and stay on track during the course of the downs. And you can disrupt a whole lot of stuff. So I look at individual matchups in a game like this.
Yeah, I agree, man. What I'm looking at here is, you're talking about the clash of 2 great defenses going head-to-head, and that was always the case throughout the season. And what I really look at is experience beyond that. The biggest thing that New England is really lacking is just the experience at the most important position on the field. And it's to no fault. We just saw one of the best rookie quarterback performances in NFL history, right?
I thought you were talking about Judon. He got some experience.
And I think that's really where this, with the home field advantage, those safeties, right? I believe 5 picks apiece. That's going to make things tough on Mac Jones. Whatever opportunities they do have, I don't believe that they're going to get dominated, right? Gale Force Bowl like they did, 7 weeks ago. So it's really not much more to it other than the fact that Buffalo really is the better team all the way around, and they're really primed to take advantage of this opportunity.
Yeah, when I look at this matchup, you think about that Gale Force Win Bowl, and if I'm a defender, yes, we came back and beat New England at New England, but that's still in my head.
Come on.
The fact that we had that bad weather, they ran the ball down our throats, and it hurts you. You know what I mean? So as a defense, you got a bunch of pride. And Tremaine Edmonds, him and the defense have been playing great against the run lately. So I think they're gearing up, and they're going to try to force Mac Jones to beat him. They know he's a rookie. Rookies don't have success in the playoffs. They're not. Yes, you're a Bill Belichick coach rookie, but you're still a rookie. And if they can stop that run early, get up a touchdown or 2, then I think that's when you really see. We talked about that. That's when you start to see the Bills separate. That's when you start to see Diggs start to have fun. That's when you see Josh Allen start running around the field. And that defense, that secondary, really, they're opportunistic. They'll jump on some balls, get some interceptions, and this game could get lopsided.
I think matchups work both ways, right? So if you're a defensive lineman and you're consistently outside of your gap a little bit, guess where that ball is going to go every single time, and they're going to take advantage of it.
The reason that we can't, you guys are going to remember, the defensive guys are going to remember the Gale Force win, because us in the media, I've never heard Gale Force so much in my entire life. Like after that game, I heard Gale Force 15 times a week, it seems like. But yeah, I think you're exactly right. I think the biggest thing is, and you guys from defensive guys, you guys play, defense is a lot easier when you know what's coming. If Buffalo can go up 10-0, I think is even a big deal. 14-0 is a big deal because that box is not as filled. They're going to be looking at Mac like, hey, you're going to have to go back, drop back, and make a lot of plays. And if we like it or not, New England's not stacked at the skill position at wideout. I know we talk about Mac Jones a ton, but they don't have. It's not like he's out there like Baker Mayfield and there's all this talent out there and he still can't get anything done. And flat out, Mac Jones hasn't been playing that well. After the bye week, 6 touchdowns, 5 picks. And what's something that hasn't come up too much is New England's lost 3 or 4 going into the playoffs. Yeah. Their only win is against Jacksonville when they blew their doors off, but that's the Jaguars, right? No one's really talking about that too much. But like you said, EC, I expect Bill to want to run the ball a ton. Hey, I've seen it work in the cold in Buffalo. Last time I was here, it was freezing. Weather was messed up, and I ran the ball all over you guys, and we were able to get a W. I'm going to try that again until you prove to me it can't be stopped.
Absolutely. Yeah. You got to prove you stopped it.
You know, there's a sighting I've been waiting for, and I think this is the week to have it. You know, we know Stephon Diggs is the monster machine, number 1 weapon in that offense. But we're going to see some Cole Beasley. We're going to see the Bills utilize some of those weapons because, you know, it's been the feat of Josh Allen improvising and – you know, I think they know they're going to have to kind of evolve around that. I believe the tight end Knox has been at 9 touchdowns this season. We're going to see some of these weapons, and I think the Bills are going to make a nice playoff run starting here.
A little foreshadowing there?
A little something.
I think, like you said about Josh Allen, he can extend the play. I think, forget about extending the play. I would like to see him just design runs. I know people are worried about the quarterback getting beat up and hurt. You don't like that. Why not?
I don't like it. He can do it.
Yeah.
He can do it, but if he doesn't have to, why put him in harm's way? I
Sure.
mean, you got to think about the longevity of it. Like, we talked all along, I think I told the story before, which was, you know, we're in practice and we're messing around and we're trying to hit Eli on the hip, you know what I mean? And like Coughlin's losing his mind. And we get back to our defensive line room, and normally our defensive line room has our back. He's usually like, yeah, good job. He lit us up, ripped us a new one. He was like, guys, you don't know what it's like to play on a team that doesn't have a quarterback. Yeah. He's like, I've done it. You're packing your bags and you're moving constantly. I was like, quarterback is and so when I came on TV, I didn't think I'd just sit up here and talk about quarterback play, but it is the most important position on the field. So if you don't have to put him in harm's way, let him do it with his arm and don't put him at risk.
What do you think of the game? Bills -4 at home. Give me a pick.
Bills.
DT.
Bills -4. Going over.
I'm taking the Bills as well. I just think that momentum, you know, they're going to continue that. Like you said, the Patriots have lost 3 or 4. I just don't like
how they're going into the playoffs.
And momentum means a lot.
It's a downward slide. Yeah, you can't limp into the playoffs.
No, you don't want to limp. You don't want to come get it into the party.
It turns up. Like, there's a whole nother level. If you're not right, you're about
for sure. I agree. I'm going to really quick. I'm going to take the Bills -4. I'm going to sweep it up for us. All right, when we come back, we have What's the Catch? This man made the greatest catch in Super Bowl history, period. He's going to give us some props. Stay locked. Odds with Ends on MSG.